I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're two sisters Southern cooking. Hey y'all, it's Debbie. So it is that time of the year that you're going to start with those meals that you can put in your Instapot. You can put it in your crock pot. You can set it to cook all day, and then at night you have your nice delicious meal. So today we are making beef tips and noodles in the Instapot. Now I know a lot of you have Instapots, and there's some of y'all out there that don't. If you want to cook this on the stove, I will make sure I put directions in the recipe that will tell you how to do it on the stovetop inside of like a Dutch oven. So with that being said, look at this nice piece of chuck. Oh my God. So sometimes when you're dealing with thick pieces of meat like this, you need to tenderize it. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of like tenderize it on both sides, and then we're going to cut it into like 1-inch chunks, and then we will go ahead and get it ready for our Instapot. Now you can use water and make your own gravy au jus. We are going to do beef broth, and we're also going to do au jus gravy packet and a French onion soup, like a can of French onion soup. So we're going, and then of course we have other ingredients that we add into it as well, but that's going to be the liquid. So I'm just going to go ahead and start to tenderize this here. Now Mom uses a meat tenderizer also, and she does take the meat mallet to her meat and tenderizes it that way as well. So, but when it's this thick, we definitely want to tenderize it. I want to try to get in there to where that muscle is and tenderize it a little bit. I wanted to get that little bit of muscle there. All right, so we're gonna cut these. This is a very sharp knife, so watch your fingers if you have a sharp knife like this. And we're just gonna cut it into little bites. I'm just gonna put it back onto the container, the meat container that I had. Yeah, see, that one's gonna be tender, nice and tender. Now you can do beef tips and rice as well, but it is Roger's birthday dinner and Morris's birthday dinner, so they are getting individual desserts, and they both wanted beef tips and noodles. So I'm just going to cut out that gristle area there. Just set that aside because I don't want to put that into our dish. Now if we were making this and grinding this up, it would be different, but because we're not, I'm not even going to put it in there because it's going to be too hard to break down and to cook. Make sure that you clean your surface well before and after with an antibacterial cleaner, so you make sure that you don't transfer any kind of bacteria to other food that is being prepared afterwards. I don't have to tell you guys that, y'all know that. I'm just going to take that piece out as well. Go ahead and get this into the Instapot. We're going to go ahead and get our liquid ingredients in there as well. And did you want to put your seasonings in now, or do you want to wait on them? I'd put them in now.
Okay, so we'll put them in now. All right, we'll be right back. Elsie's Instapot pan is here. So what I give you strong word of caution, we're going to put down divided on the beef broth, because if you put all of your liquid in here while you are actually doing the stew meat
And we pressure cook it,
it's going to spew to high heaven.
so we're not going to put all the liquid in just yet until the meat is tender.
So we have 2 pounds of
cubed beef chuck, and I'm putting only in 2 cups of beef broth. That'll be enough to keep it from sticking to the bottom. And we're doing a little bit of salt and pepper to put over it just to help tenderize it a little bit. And then of course we will season it to taste when we come down the line, because we're gonna have a lot of salty stuff in here because the beef broth is salty. Now if you want to do water with this, you can, and you can make your own beef broth.
And you also can do low sodium beef broth too.
Yes,
if you want
to do that too. And but you can also do water and add in your, and then you will give your own beef broth if you wish. We are doing this because of seasoning. And we're also going to be doing French onion soup and Au Jus, which has a higher sodium content. So we're going to have to watch that. So follow us and we'll get this started.
All right, we will see you shortly. All right, so we are fixing to put the rest of our liquids in and then turn it to slow cook. We did 2 cycles of 35 minutes to pressure cook it. The meat is tender.
It is.
So we're just going to put our gravy mix in now, and our rest of our liquids here, our French onion soup and our beef broth. And we're going to let this cook on low for about 4 hours.
So on your Instapot you have a crockpot feature on there. So
all right. Alright, I just poured in the French onion soup. You're going to pour in the rest of the beef broth.
We had a total of 7 cups because eventually we're going to end up putting
noodles in.
And we're also going to be doing a cornstarch slurry as well. So we'll do that a little bit later and we'll tell you how far along. It'll probably be at the 4-hour mark, and we'll put the cornstarch slurry in there to thicken up the gravy, and then we'll add the noodles in.
Alright, so we're going to go put it back in our Instapot for low for 4 hours.
That's our crock pot option, and I'm going to take this in there because it's hot. You will never thicken up a gravy with a cornstarch slurry in a crock pot. So we took the insert out of the Instapot that was on the crock pot option, and we put it on the stovetop, and we added our cornstarch slurry on high heat, thickened it up, and then we were able to put it back into our Instapot. And at that time we had already started making our noodles, added our noodles in, and then we were able to have a thickened gravy, because you won't be able to create it in the Instapot as much as I would love to think you can. You can't. So this is an added step.
Okay, y'all, the water is boiling. I'm gonna get these noodles in here. We're gonna get them cooked according to the directions from the bag, and then we will mix them into our beef tips. All right, it says 7 to 8 minutes, so I will cook them according to the bag directions. Alright, we will be back shortly when we put them into the beef tips and the gravy. Alright, y'all, our noodles are done, so I'm going to pour them into our beef tips and gravy.
Ooh, that looks so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That looks so good. Yum.
All right, y'all. We shall see you in our next video. I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're Two Sisters Southern Cooking.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.